Hello, my name is Rachel. I am the work wife. Welcome to my channel. And today's topic is going to be about attachment and what it really is. There's a lot of discussion around attachment and what it is and why it seems to be a bad thing, but I'm going to disagree with that opinion in today's video. But before I jump in, I am a workplace coach with nearly 20 years corporate experience dealing with some toxic work environments and toxic people. And I've successfully navigated my way around and through and out of those environments. So if you're dealing with a situation or you know someone who's dealing with a situation and they are not prepared to leave, especially as we head into a recession. Oh, did I say that out loud? You're not in a position to leave. And maybe you don't want to. And you actually enjoy your job, but maybe not the people, or you enjoy your job and maybe not your boss. I'm here. So please message me on The Work Wife on Instagram or TikTok, or send me an email at theworkwifellc@gmail.com. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. That will help me get the word out about my channel to people who need it. So thank you in advance. So attachment, I saw a recent video on this. Well, it wasn't necessarily about attachment, but it was about our emotions, the common emotions that come up when we are trying to pursue our goals and our dreams, and our ego gets in the way. Some people call it blocking your blessings. And unfortunately, the ego is good at protecting you, but sometimes it does a little bit too good of a job. And the ego becomes attached to people, places, and things, or things that happen, or people, relationships. I have to have this job, I have to have this amount of money, I have to have this income, I have to have this position or this role at this company, I have to get my dream job, dream house, whatever it is, right? That in many circles, spiritual circles, that's called attachment. And when we are attached to people, places, and things, we put them on a pedestal and they become a little bit too important. And we believe that our happiness, our survival, our ability to be fulfilled and satisfied with our lives hinge all upon those things happening. I can't be happy until I can't feel peaceful until I won't feel successful until. And so we're always putting our life in the future, our happiness in the future. It's going to be there, it's going to be there. And some people say, well, the more you chase, the more you push it away. Whatever the case might be, however you want to word it, it always seems ahead of you. And the interesting thing about this, since I can personally attest to this, even if you get that thing, you get that job, you get that income, you get that perfect boss, the perfect setup, with coworkers or whatever, your place of business. You get it, and then you're like, okay, what else? What's next? I believe that's the human. That is not necessarily bad. Some people say that that's bad. I don't feel that's bad. I think that's the human experience. We are meant to expand. We are meant to learn. We are meant to move on to the next thing. The problem is that we don't take time to appreciate whatever that thing or job or person or whatever it is when they come in. We barely acknowledge it. We're like, okay, we got it. All right. Because we've been struggling and striving and focused on that goal so long that it consumes us. It's our singular focus. And there's nothing wrong with being singularly focused on what you want. But then when you get it, it's almost like a sigh of relief. I got it. And then all of that activity and mental effort and, efforting and stress and whatever, all of it, good and bad, is gone now. And you're kind of hooked on a feeling. So that kind of drives the desire to find something else. The reason why people make attachment this bad thing is that it makes it seem like a hole within you that never gets filled. That to me is a separate issue, because frankly, in my belief, and it's okay if people disagree. I know that this is a a Buddhist concept, I believe, where attachment means suffering. And I didn't understand that at first. I think I can't remember his name, I apologize, but I think he's a Buddhist monk on Instagram. He may have other platforms, but I've seen him a lot on Instagram, and he talked about this very topic. And he said attachment means suffering. And someone said, oh, so I'm not supposed to be attached to my boyfriend, or my children? I love them, right? And he kind of said, well, if you're attached to them, that's a problem, because everything is temporary. So you hinging your entire existence, that sounds dramatic, but hinging your entire existence on these people, these places and things, eventually you're going to be disappointed. Eventually that thing that you're striving for, or that you have, might go away. Then what are you going to do? That means grief, that means sorrow, that means loss, suffering. And I kind of understood it, but I want to put it a different way, because frankly, I am attached to my kids. So maybe that's not the right word, but yes, I love them, I care about them, I am attached to them, right? If they're not where I think they are, I get worried and I get concerned. I'm not like, well, their presence in my life is temporary anyway, so they can wander throughout the country and it's fine. No. No. Not yet anyway, until they're self-sufficient. But yes, I'm attached to them. I'm attached to the people I care about. I'm attached to my abode. I'm attached to, the means of making income. I'm attached to these things because they are important in my life. Other people have other things that they deem important. That's okay. Everybody's individuals. Everybody has an individualized experience, So I don't want to call it attachment. Whenever people are talking about that thing where if it goes away, you're devastated and you don't know how you're going to survive, or you're not happy until you have that thing, I call that conditioning. I don't call that attachment. I call that you're living a conditioned life. People talk about unconditional love for oneself and so on and so forth. I call it an unconditional life where, yes, are you putting limitations on yourself? Yes, or conditions on yourself by saying, I can't be happy until I have this thing? Yes, that is condition. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with conditions. You need to have some conditions in order to, acceptable behavior from your family and friends. Yes. Well, I call those boundaries, but we can go nuts with the semantics. But I don't think there's inherently wrong with being attached to people you care about, your pets, right? Where you live, you love where you live, you're attached to that. You love looking out of your home and you love the view that you have, you're attached to that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's when you place a condition around that attachment that nothing else good can happen in your life unless those things are in there. That's when you run into trouble. So I don't believe also, unless you, undergo a great deal of spiritual, rumination and meditation where you can truly detach from the conditions of your human experience, where you're just like, I'm just going to enjoy being and enjoy these people and family and friends in my life for now, and if they disappear tomorrow, at least I'm grateful for the time I had with them. Yeah. I'm sure there are people who can do that. I'm not one of them at this point. So, but if I make these people, relationships, job, all of these things, I can't be happy, I can't be satisfied, I can't be grateful until I get the good thing, that's a problem. Because that literally means you're not living your life. You're not putting one foot in front of the other and focusing on the now and saying, what am I experiencing now? What am I happy about now? Yeah, maybe you don't have that thing, that relationship, that job, that income that you want yet. But what do you have in your life now that fulfills you? And a lot of times what we do is we kind of dismiss whatever, and it could be the most minor of things. It could be waking up in the morning and sitting on your back porch, drinking a cup of coffee, looking at your backyard or whatever, or listening to the birds sing, right? Or being able to really dial in nature with your five senses, or enjoying, a donut in the morning. It doesn't matter, right? Or going for a drive. I really, the meditative aspect of going for a drive and just losing myself in my thoughts. There are things that satisfy you right now that maybe you are not acknowledging because you're so focused on that thing that you want. That, I believe, causes the suffering. Because you're suffering now. Because you're like, I don't have that thing, so that means I'm suffering because I don't have it. It's just an endless loop. So I call that conditioning. I call that living a conditioned life, because you literally can't move forward and enjoy your life now because you don't have those things. So I wanted to just put that spin on there, because much isn't made of attachment. You got to detach to get what you want. And believe me, for a while I was trying to do that. And I was beating myself up for not being able to detach, which in some circles is also called disassociation. Where you literally just don't want to see anything or anybody or anything because you're just life is so overwhelming. Yeah, I can detach like that. I've had moments like that where I'm just numb. That's not good either. So I snapped out of that real quick. But yeah, so if you're in the process of thinking, oh, I want this thing too much, or I'm too attached to my family, I'm too attached, make sure you understand, or for yourself, see the difference between being attached, meaning you care about them, you care what happens to them, you care about their well-being, you care about the idea of caring for your family and supporting them with the income that you want. Those are things, those are desires, they're perfectly valid. You're perfectly valid. But if you're literally putting your life on hold, you are actually invalidating your experience now in favor of something that you keep putting off into the future. When I get this, if I get this. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I wanted to draw that distinction. If you have thoughts on this, which I'd love to hear, please leave them in the comments below. I think I forgot to say that I am maybe I did, maybe I didn't, I don't know. I'm a mindset coach and a career coach. And, I'd love to help you if you have issues like this, if you're in a toxic work environment or toxic relationship, or dealing with a toxic situation in general. And you may have that outcome saying, I got to get out of here, but I can't be happy until I'm out of here, out of this job, and you're just in constant misery. Please send me a message and I would love to work with you. And we can work through it together, and we can come up with a solution customized for you together. So until next time, stay cool, stay centered, and I will see you in the next video.